Mr. Terupt, January. Chapter Jessica. Anna's house was small but cozy, just the right size for her and her mother. It was painted white with gray shutters, and there was a nice porch out front. Anna met us there. We said our hellos, and before I knew it, my mom was shaking hands with Terry. That's Anna's mom. Terry invited my mom in for a cup of coffee, and they disappeared inside the kitchen. Anna led me to her bedroom. I hope our moms can become friends, I said. Me too, Anna said. My mom doesn't have any yet. Neither does mine, I thought. In California, my dad was always the one working and socializing while my mom hung out with me. We did not see him much. Even back then, he was very busy. He called the other day and asked Mom if she'd received the divorce papers, and that was it. He didn't even ask to talk to me. You're reading Belle Teal? I said to Anna. I saw the book on her nightstand. Do you like it? I do, said Anna. Mom bought it for me from the library where she works. I didn't know Terry worked in a library. How exciting. I wanted to talk to her about books, and then Anna told me that her mother was taking some art classes. She showed me some of Mom's artwork. Amazing. I immediately thought of Danielle and hoped she would get the chance to meet Terry and discover for herself the connection that they shared. After that, Anna showed me the rest of her books and her rock collection. Then I taught her how to make worry dolls, something I'd learned from one of the characters in the books I read. I figured the dolls could worry about my dad because I was done with that. Our playdate was perfect, and it flew by like a day at the amusement park. We said our thank yous and goodbyes and agreed to do it again. Driving home, Mom said, "What you heard about Terry was right. That poor girl." I stayed quiet. After seeing Terry, I knew the story was right. She looked very young. I told her about your father, Mom said, and I remained quiet. I didn't know how to feel. Surprised, angry, happy. I felt all of these at the same time. Mom was quiet now, too. I guess we were thinking about ourselves. Chapter Anna. Danielle wasn't able to come to our first playdate because of bad timing, but Jessica made it. We had a blast. Jessica's mom drove her over, but instead of dropping Jessica off and leaving, she came to our front door and accepted my mom's invitation for a cup of coffee. I was really glad. My mom had never had anyone over, so it turned out to be her first playdate too. Maybe she was done playing for her mistake now. I sure hope so, and since I was the mistake, I felt like it was my fault. I wanted to help her find a friend and also a husband. The afternoon flew by. After Jessica and her mom left, my mom pulled me into a big hug. "Those are genius people, Anna," she said. "You found a good friend there. You can get close to her as you want." Mom's words made me smile. I hoped Danielle could come the next time. I was sure Mom would think the same of her. Chapter Danielle. "Class meeting," Mr. Terupt announced. This was one of my favorite times in the classroom. We all moved our desks out of the way and made a circle with our chairs. Everybody sat in the circle, even Mr. Terupt. He held on to the microphone. It wasn't a real microphone, but we used it as our talking object. You can only speak when you have the microphone. I waited for Mr. Terupt to get us started. "It looks like our chain should touch the floor soon. As soon as you guys can give me another day," Mr. Terupt said. The chain was our class reward system. Mr. Terupt had hung a single link from the ceiling the very first day of school, and he attached a link each time we had an outstanding day as our class. Our goal was to get the chain to touch the floor, at which point you'd earn a free day. "You've done a super job so far," Mr. Terupt said, "so I'm wondering what would you like to do for your free day?" Mr. Terupt passed the mic to his left. You didn't have to say anything if you didn't want to. Alexia passed it along to the next person. Ever since Mr. Terupt had taken her out into the hall, she hadn't said anything at all. Luke was the first one to make a great suggestion. "Why can't we just have some time to do whatever we want? Like an indoor recess, but we could plan it better. Just to have some free time." "I like Luke's idea," Jeffrey popped up when he got the mic. "If it's free time, maybe James and Joey and Emily and the other collaborative kids could come here for a little bit. Or if we wanted, some of us could go down there." "We could bring games," Anna added. taking the mic. Then it was my turn. I think we should do everyone's suggestion for part of the day, I said, but maybe we could go outside too. Everybody cheered. It was weird having the other girls agree with me. If Alexia had been her old self, she would have been in control of them, but now that Alexia was sidelined, all the girls got along better. Not having girl wars didn't mean everything was perfect. I still had a problem, and that was Anna. I hadn't gone to her playdate because I'd been too chicken to ask my mom. I made up some excuse about being a bad weekend for my family. Jessica told me she had a great time and that Anna's mom was very friendly. Now Anna asked us to come over again. Find out when it's a good weekend for your family and we'll plan a playdate then, Anna told me. I've got to mention it to my mom this time. I have to. Mr. Terupt was last to speak at the meeting. I like what we heard, he said. We could plan for part of the day to spend inside playing games, and then we need to get some fresh air. I'll think about it some more and let you know. But first, you need to earn the last link. Meeting adjourned, he said. He always ended by saying that. I really like these meetings. The first time we had one, Mr. Terupt told us that it was a way for everyone to have a voice. I didn't get it at first, but now I do.